Reading has always been a huge part of my life. Outside of music and theatre and entertainment, it has been my greatest love for as long as I can remember. Before I knew what I wanted to do for a career, I was obsessed with reading. Over the last couple of years, you guys have seen me work and make videos out of a whole bunch of different cities and even countries. This year will be no different. In fact, it will be my busiest year of touring and traveling yet. While touring is a massive privilege, there are also some pretty big downsides. The two largest ones for me is that it isolates me from my friends and family, and it can be incredibly lonely even when you are surrounded by other people to exist only for work. In order to fill a void for myself and other people in my position or in similar positions, I brain birthed the Girls on Tour book club. Why is it called Girls on Tour? Mostly because I heard that one Duran Duran song and we started singing it with Girls on Tour and it stuck. It just stuck. It tells you everything you need to know about the book club, the fact that it is music related, that it is for people who tour or who are alone for work all of the time, and it just sounds sick as hell. The merch potential is real. There are so many other reasons why a physical in-person book club may not be attainable for some people outside of just your schedule or your location for work. Sometimes it's our schedule, sometimes it's our location, but for some of us, our bodies and our minds have specific needs, and we need a more flexible option or schedule around the things that we want to do. Creating a digital book club allows us all an opportunity to connect no matter where we are, how we feel, or what's going on in our lives. But don't think I didn't make this excessively and heavily related to my other passion in my life, my job. The Girls on Tour book club will have two parts. The book club will be both fiction and non-fiction. There will be something for everybody, so let me explain. Every month we will be reading a fiction book. These picks will be predominantly fantasy based. At the beginning of the month, the book will be announced on the Girls on Tour book club social media. And for this side of the Girls on Tour book club, I have invited a co-host, a creature of matrimonial chaos and goodness, one of my favorite people in the entire world, my best friend Briony, you can call her BB, to spew endless book related ranting and content. B is a passionate and feral reader who not only has extensive performance and theatre and entertainment industry based life experience, but she is also a marriage celebrant specializing in non-traditional unions and celebrations. She is therefore our authority on all things love and romance. Throughout the month, we will be able to touch base and discuss the book we are reading through the book club app Fable. In this app, you will be given little sections of folders based on the book that we're reading, and you can go into that specific folder to write your comments so that the book is not spoiled for you, but that you are able to info dump your passion as soon as it happens. You can go into that specific chapter, rant your rants, and then leave, and other people don't have to read it yet until they're in the same place. There will be a link below to join the Fable as well as all of the book club social media, but there will also be another Fable link to the other half of the book club. As well as a monthly book, there will be a non-fiction book every 10 weeks. This book will be biographies and books to do with people in the entertainment industry and specific niche jobs within it. For these books, I will be joined by a special guest who can specifically relate to either the people we're reading about or the jobs that they have, allowing us to chat not only about the book itself, but also their individual career, which will give you an insight on some incredibly talented, badass women and gender diverse people within the entertainment industry. Finding ways to utilize this platform to talk to and share the stories of other people like that in the industry has always been a goal, and I'm so excited to start doing that through the book club. Since we're already into January, and just to give you guys a little bit of a head start, we are going to kick things off from February. Our first non-fiction book could not be anything other, as far as I'm concerned, than Loud by Tana Douglas. Tana Douglas is an Australian roadie. She has been dubbed the first female roadie. Her career begins with being the first sound person / touring roadie for AC/DC when she was a teenager, and it only gets more wild from there. International touring with some of the biggest acts that any of our generations have known, and evolving through changes of technology in some pretty crazy times. She is still working, she is still active in the industry. Reading Tana's book was the first time that I had ever looked at somebody in the job that I wanted and been like, wow, I want to be her. In the same way, every young guy that I knew who played an instrument had somebody to look up to and somebody that they idolized or that they looked at and thought, wow, I want to be them when I grow up. That was the feeling that I got when reading this book, and I found it so incredibly inspiring. I cannot wait for you to read this book yourself and also to hear the stories of our first guest when the episode for this book goes live on March 18th. Our first fiction book is Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. The sequel for this book has just come out, so we are rereading this together. B and I are going to talk a little bit more about this book, what it's about, and the trigger warnings and content involved in it over on the Girls on Tour YouTube channel. So make sure you head over there, subscribe, get ready for the future episodes of the book club. Make sure you also check us out on all other social media platforms. I hope that you are going to love book club as much as I do. I am so passionate about this and I'm so excited to share it with you. I know that a lot of you guys who watch my videos already are going to love a book club, and also just all of the other people in my life who may be introduced to some books through this. I'm so excited for us to all just become little reading gremlin rats together, because it is the most beautiful experience to read a book that somebody else is reading or has read and to share the book with them. That's what we're going to be doing.